Hello everyone, welcome to our presentations. First of all, let me introduce ourselves. We are from Group 2 and the member of group are Agisti Kinara, Dwita Zaskia Zaharani, Muhammad Ibnu Aziz, Muhammad Rafli Yudiansyah, and I am Rifa Mizabir Rahman. In this presentation, our group will discuss the topic of business correspondence. Each member will explain different parts of the discussions, and for my part, I will focus on Chapter 2, specifically the definition of business correspondence and the first 5 types of business letters. So let's get started. Before we discuss the types of business letters, let me ask a simple question. Have you ever sent an email to request information, written a complaint to a company, or formally asked for something through writing? If yes, then actually you have already experienced a form of business correspondence. So what exactly is business correspondence? Business correspondence is formal written communication that happens between individuals, companies, institutions, or organizations for professional and business purpose. In simple words, business correspondence is the way business communicate through writing to exchange information clearly, officially, and professionally. These communications can be used for many situations. For example, delivering information, making requests, confirming agreements, responding to complaints, or maintaining professional relationship. But why is business correspondence so important? Unlike verbal communications that can easily be forgotten, written communication provides documentation. It can be stored, reviewed again, and even used in official reference or regular record when needed. Today, business correspondence is not only done through printed letter. With technological development, it has evolved into digital communication such as emails and electronic memos. However, the main principle remains the same. Communication should be clear, concise, complete, correct, polite, and professional. Now that we understand what business correspondence is, another question comes up. What kinds of business letters are commonly used in a professional communication? Okay, let's discuss the first 5 types. The first one is sales letter. As the name suggests, a sales letter is created to promote products or services and encourage readers to take action. Usually, sales letters are designed to attract attention quickly, explain the benefits offered, and end with a clear call to action. For example, encouraging customers to visit a website or make a purchase. The second type is order letter. Order letters are used when a person or business wants to order goods or service. This type of letter normally includes detailed information such as product name, quantity, specification, expected price, and sometimes payment information to avoid misunderstandings. Next, we have complaint letter. Have you ever received a product that did not match your expectations? This is where complaint letters become important. Complaint letters are written to express dissatisfaction regarding to products or service, even though the purpose is to report a problem. The language should still remain professional, respectful, and solution-oriented. Moving on to the fourth type, adjustment letter. So what happens after a company receives a complaint? Usually they respond using an adjustment letter. This letter is sent as a response to complaints or claims and explain the company action or solution. The response should show understanding and maintain a positive relationship with customers. And finally, the fifth type is inquiry letter. Inquiry letters are used when someone needs additional information. For example, a company may send an inquiry letter to ask about product details, pricing, availability, or cooperation opportunities. Because the goal is to receive information efficiently, inquiry letters should be written clearly and directly. From these examples, we can see that each business letter has a different function, but all of them support one main goal: creating effective, professional, and well-structured communication. That concludes my explanation regarding the definition of business correspondence and the first 5 types of business letters. Now, I would like to hand over the presentation to Mike's next group member, Agisti Kinara. Thank you for the attention.
First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Agisti Kinara, and today I will continue the presentation by explaining type of business letter from number 6 to number 10. Number 6 is the follow-up letter. This type of letter is usually sent after an initial communication. For example, a company may send a thank you letter after receiving an order, or a job applicant may ask about the status of their application. The purpose of this letter is to maintain a communication and receive update. Number 7 is the letter of recommendation. This letter is usually written by a previous employer, lecturer, or professor. It describes the relationship with an applicant and provides information about their skill, their character, or qualification. Is it commonly used when applying for a job or academic programs? Next, number 8 is the acknowledgement letter. This letter serves as confirmation that the comment, message, or request has been received. It acts as formal receipt and let the sender know that their communication has been received successfully. Number 9 is the cover letter. This letter usually accompanies a package, report, or other documents. It explains why it's enclosed, why is it being sent, and whether the recipient needs to take future action. Cover letters are generally short and concise. Finally, number 10 is the letter of resignation. This letter is written by an employee who intends to leave their job. It informs the manager about the employee's decision and the last day of employment. Sometimes it also includes the reason for leaving the company. In conclusion, the 5 types of business letter that I have explained are follow-up letters, letter of recommendations, acknowledgement letters, cover letters, and letters of resignation. Each type has its own purpose and play an important role in professional communication. Thank you for your attention. Bye!
Okay, thanks to my teammate for the great opening. Before I continue, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Rafli Diansyah. Now let's continue the discussion by breaking down the essential types, structure, and templates of business correspondence. Let's keep it simple. First, what exactly is it? Business correspondence is a formal written communication used for professional purpose. It is served as an official record and must always be clear, concise, and professional. Moving on, there are 10 common types of business letter you should know. 1. Sales letter to get customer action. 2. Order letter to buy goods or service. 3. Complaints letter to address problem tactfully. 4. Adjustment letter to answer a complaint. 5. Inquiry letter to ask for information. 6. Following up letters to review a meeting or application status. 7. Letter of recommendation to evaluate job seeker. 8. Acknowledgement letter to act as simple receipts. 9. Cover letter to explain enclosed package. 10. Letter of resignation to give notice of leaving a job. Now, if you want to write a formal business letter, it needs 8 key elements. First, the letterhead for company identity. Second, the heading for the sender address and date. Third, the recipient address. Fourth, the salutation or formal greeting. 5. The body which contain the opening style and closing. 6. The complimentary clause like silently. 7. The signature block, and 8. The enclosure for attached document. Next, let's talk about modern digital tools. A professional email has a subject line, greeting, message, and signature. Is it highly flexible for both internal and external use? A memo, on the other hand, is richly for internal communication within an organization and use a standard format like a to, from, that, and subject. Finally, how we put this into practice. A request letter asks for information or service, politely like requesting product pricing from another company. A complaint letter explains a problem's objective and suggests a fair solution, like asking to replace damaged item from the order.
Hello guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Dwita Zaskia Zaharani. Today, I would like to present a topic from business correspondence, which is the structure of email and memo. Let's begin with the structure of email. Email is one of the most commonly used communication tools in modern business because it enables fast, efficient, and cost-effective communication. A professional email consists of six main parts. The first part in the subject line. The subject line should clearly indicate the purpose of the email. A clear subject helps the recipient understand the topic before reading the message. The second part is greeting. A greeting is used to politely address the recipient. Some examples are Dear Mr. Addressan and Good morning. The third part is the opening statement. This second introduces the purpose of the email and explains why the email is being written. The fourth part is the main message. This is the most important part of the email because it contains detailed information that the sender wants to communicate. The fifth part is the closing statement. The section summarizes the message and expresses expectations such as hoping for a reply or thanking the recipient. The last part is the signature blocks. This section contains the sender's name, position, company, and contains information. In addition, professional email communication should follow proper email etiquette. This includes using clear subject lines, professional language, extract grammar, and providing timely response. Next, I will explain the structure of a memo. A memorandum or memo is a brief written communication used within an organization to convey information, instruction, announcements, or policy changes. A standard memo consists of 5 parts. The first part is to, which indicates the recipient of the memo. The second part is from, which indicates the sender. The third part is that, which shows the date when the memo is written. The fourth part is subject, which states the topic of the memo. The fifth part is the body. This section contains the main content or message that the sender wants to communicate. Unlike emails, memos are generally intended for internal communication and often focus on organizational matters. Finally, there are some differences between email and memo. Email can be used for both internal and external communication, while memos are primarily use within organization. In addition, emails are generally more flexible, whereas memos follow a standardized organizational format. In conclusion, both email and memo are important tools in business communication. Understanding their structure helps you communicate more effectively and professionally in the workplace.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ibnu Aziz. Today, I will explain the formal template of a request letter and a complaint letter. First, let's talk about the request letter. A request letter is a formal letter that is used to ask for information, service, permission, or assistance from a person or an organization. The purpose of this letter must be clear so that the receiver understands what is being requested. There are four main characteristics of an effective request letter. First, it shall have a clear purpose. Second, the request shall be specific. Third, it shall use polite language, and lastly, it shall end with the professional closing. In the example, Sound ABC Corporation sends a letter to Mr. John Smith, who is the sales manager of XYZ company. The company requesting information about software product and pricing packages. The sender explains why the information is needed and politely asks for a product catalog and price detail. The letter ends with a thank you message and a professional closing. Now, let's move on the complaint letter. A complaint letter is a formal letter used to express dissatisfaction with a product or service and to request a solution. This type of letter helps communicate problems in a professional manner. A good complaint letter shall clearly explain the problem, provide supporting information, suggest a reasonable solution, and maintain professionalism throughout the letter. In the example, ABC Corporation writes to the customer service department of XYZ Electronic. The company explains that several items in order number 2026-001 were damaged during shipment and did not meet the required specification. Because of this issue, they request a replacement or another appropriate solution as soon as possible. The letter ends politely with a thank you message and a formal closing. In conclusion, a request letter is used to ask for information or assistance, while a complaint letter is used to report a problem and seek a solution. Both letters shall be written clearly, politely, and professionally. Thank you for your attention.